I am going to wait for a couple of you to filter in, probably the usual suspects, and then we're going to crack this beer open. So I would have been on a little bit earlier, but I got distracted. I started defrosting the freezer. I know this is really interesting stuff, guys, but basically, I found loads of stuff that I had in there which I've been meaning to use up that I'd forgotten about. It had got frozen over and just totally bloody forgot about it. So, what I intend to do now is, what's up, Rife? What I intend to do now is finish the defrosting of it, and then I can actually use it to store things like hops, more fruits and stuff like that to put into the beverages. So yeah, just currently defrosting a freezer, and I just got a little bit into it, and I thought, crap, an hour later's gone. So what I'm actually doing today is I'm testing the barley wine, see whether it's got a bit of carbonation. 10% this one. It's going to be a bit of a doozy. Now they did say it's going to take up to 3 months, 3 to 6 months. Well, we've definitely got carbonation. 3 to 6 months to mature. Now we're going to try one bottle at 3 months, then we're going to try another bottle at 6 months, and we're going to see if we can notice the difference. If it tastes good at 6 months, I shall most definitely start drinking it. I mean, to be fair, even if it tastes good at 3 months, if I'm happy with it, and I'm thinking, well, I don't need it to be any better than that, I'm not sure my palate could pick up anything different, to be honest. I've got a new tripod as well, so I'm trying that out. It's more for the Walk Cook Walk channel, but I thought I'd give it a little go on this, but it's not too bad. The only problem is it's a bit flimsy, and I can't charge my my phone while it's on. So normally I'd use this, you see, little charging dock. So it's charging while it's pointing at me, which is always a good thing. But yeah, it does look rather murky, I have to say. It didn't clear out too good, but we've got a carbonation, so this may very well give me the shits, depending on how much yeast particles are in there. But hey ho. Oh crikey me, that's got some bite. 10%. Not getting a great deal else other than alcohol, to be honest. There's maybe a bit of maltiness there. I mean, this finished at 1.015, so there's quite a malty backbone to it. Are you a leprechaun? No, but I'm pretty damn close. If anything, I would be a British version of a leprechaun. But no, I am not an official one. More like a fake one, if you know what I mean. But you know what I got called the other week? I think this is hilarious. I got called a homeless wizard. That was great. If I ever start a brewery, I'm going to call it Homeless Wizard, and I'm going to donate like 10% of the profits to the homeless, just for the grin, just because I can. But the chances of me doing that are very, very slim. I need a big bucket of money to do that, and that's not going to come around any time soon. I'm sipping on a 1.131 dates, fig, ginger, cinnamon mead at the moment. The residual sugars help balance out the high ABV. This is pre-fortification and back sweetening. Sounds good, dude. Dates, figs, ginger, and cinnamon. Yeah, I did a fig and cinnamon mead before, and that was really good. Like a lot better than expected. And I know I've told some of you this before, but a mate came round and he said, "That's really nice. Have you ever tried it warmed up?" And I was like, "Oh no, don't think I want to try it warmed up." He put his in the microwave. I think I checked it and it was around 35, maybe 40 degrees. So it's warm, it's really, really warm. And drank it, and it boosted every single flavor. It boosted the fruit, it boosted the cinnamon, and it boosted the honey. It was just next level. So from there on in, for the rest of the evening, we were drinking this thing microwaved, uh, with it, only for like a couple of seconds to make sure it didn't evaporate the alcohol. But it was really, really good. I've never done another one like that though, but I think ones with spices and maybe spices and fruits, I think definitely drink them heated up. I mean, as you're pulling that, carbonation's okay. I like a mild carbonation. I don't like things that are over gassy. But it does have a very high concentration of alcohol. I mean, I'm literally two pulls into it, and I can kind of feel it already at 10%. Is that right? Yeah, 10%. It was only bottled a week ago. Now I'm expecting it to be a hell of a lot clearer than that. Next time we look at it, this is going to go into the storeroom tomorrow, and hopefully clear out, mature, and do its thing. I back sweetened with 3 pounds of coastal buckwheat and 3,000 ml of spiced rum. Also, you're fortifying it that way. Okay, yeah, that's pretty decent. Uh, it's also smooth but needs to age. Yeah. See, I used to age meads, right? When I started brewing mead, pardon me, I followed one person's instructions and somebody else's recipe. And what I should have done is followed one of everything from one of the people. So I was using sulfates, sodium metabisulfate, and potassium sorbate, which allow you to not have to age your things out as much. Because when you're using, no, sorry, I got that wrong. It is, I can't remember the name of it now, but I'm using yeast nutrients basically. Oh shit, I can't remember the name of it. No, it's gone. But anywho, I'm using yeast nutrients so that the yeast isn't starved. I do actually listen to Tour Dude 100%. Time Capsule, you're my new favorite person. I absolutely love Tool. I've seen them live, dude. It was absolutely amazing, man. They had all the, it was in like an arena tour, and they had all these. Sorry, I know I'm going off on one now, but they had these lasers pinpointed to certain mirrors up in the rafters, and this laser light show was like, it was just absolutely amazing. And obviously, Tool are known for their visual effects on the back screen as well. It was amazing. I will never forget that gig. But yeah, going back to using the yeast nutrients. If you use yeast nutrients, the yeast isn't starved. Therefore, you're able to drink it sooner. It's only because some people don't use yeast nutrients that it kind of makes them have to wait longer. They age it for, pardon me, a year as a minimum, which most wines are. Most wines are aged for a year because it gets rid of all the acidic and tannic flavors and lets it all mellow out a little bit. But I find I don't really notice much of a difference in it from ones that I've drank. Say, I used to do a 6 month tester bottle. It'd only be like a small 500 ml. I do a tester bottle with that, and then a year later, I'd do another bottle with a bigger bottle. But I couldn't really taste the difference in the mead, which maybe my palate's just not that adapt to it or whatever. But you know, they never taste much different. So I just thought, well, sod it, I'll just drink it if it tastes good. So I leave it a month to mature, and I've really had no problems. I really wish, Rife, I wish you could taste some, dude. What's up, Ray? How you doing, Mr. Finkel? Yeah, I really wish you could, because then you could probably tell me if you notice any off flavors in what I'm brewing, because obviously I only wait a month, but I use the yeast nutrients and then the sulfites at the end of it as well, and the fermentation stoppers. Check out the band Orchid from San Francisco. I'll try and remember that, dude. I found my old phone, so I can actually Google things now. But I won't be able to play the music because I'll get a flipping live strike on my thing. I'm assuming they're on YouTube. No internet connection. Oh, that's right. I was trying to set up a hotspot to use this for the live and then still be able to record with the other one, but it's not going to work like that. So what I'll have to do is while I'm out doing the other channel, I have to record on this one, and then I'll have to do a live on that one, sorry, and then record on this. Bear with me 1 second. Orchid. San Francisco. San Francisco Orchid Society, is that it? No, that's just some dudes with a load of orchids. Orchids are pretty cool. I like orchids. I've never kept any, but I do actually plan to give it a go. My sister is in Scotland right now. I know you're in England, but hey, she's on your island. Yes, dude. Oh, mate. I mean, Scotland's really, really far away from us. I know in America you've got the distance of like a whole globe in between your states, but yeah, yeah, Scotland is quite far away. It's probably about I'd say maybe 4 to 5 hour drive. Now I don't drive, so I don't understand how long it'd actually take, but yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, it'd be great if she could come down and grab a couple of bottles, but I don't know what the laws are to take it over, mate. Oh shit. This thing's really wobbly. I do apologize. It's a new tripod that I'm trying out. It's mainly for the other channel, like I say, but bought me some tartan material and I've got to sew a waistcoat with it. That sounds decent, mate. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So tartan's funny because I'm Welsh. I've got Welsh heritage. Like all of my other family, my dad's side, all my cousins, aunties, uncles, they're all in Wales. And because Wales or the Welsh are classed as Celtic, you've got obviously got Ireland, Scotland, and Wales. They're all Celts in that same thing. So even my family, Davis family, actually has their own tartan, if that makes sense. Even though I'm not Scottish. I use one of their songs for my ringtone. Nice one. The ringtone I use is a fragment from Eyes Behind the Wall. I've put it into the other phone, dude, so I'll give it a listen later. If any of you get round to brew this barley wine, just be careful because it's got some bite. Now, I dread to think how long this is going to take me to drink. The head's a little bit thin, but it's not too bad. Now, it could have been better, but I've started using less sugar to carbonate just because I simply just don't like over gassy beers. They just bloat me out. I mean, it's not really maintaining it very well, but you know, it's there. And that's what matters. I mean, I know it's only a Thursday, but what are you guys drinking? And I've only seen one of you post anything on the community page. I thought Rife would have been on that community page thing. Let's see if we can Google this orchid band. San Francisco. There we go. Heavy metal band, San Francisco. Obviously, I can't play any, but Orchid is an American doom metal band founded in San Francisco, California, United States in 2007. The band consists of Theo Mindell, Marcus Thomas Baker, Keith Nickel, and Tommy Rickard. Okay, go away. Rickard. I thought it was going to be something extra. They are named after the Black Sabbath song of the same name. Well, there you go. Nuclear Blast record. They're a bloody good record label, dude. Yeah. I'll give that a listen in a bit, mate. Yeah, definitely. Haven't got any music on this phone. I use it solely for recording on. The battery's really crap on it. But just having an extra phone does help. You rolled in and thought we were talking about flowers. No. Heavy metal band, dude. I mean, I've got a t-shirt on. If you want to check these guys out, this is a death metal band called Order of Aid. They're extremely heavy. They're on Earache Records, or they were on Earache Records. Order of Aid, spelt Order of, and then ENNEAD. I might even be pronouncing it wrong, but they are really heavy, man. Hello from Blackpool. Hello, Danielle. How you doing? Javid Rashid, EastEnders. You like Bad Manners? I have actually met Buster Bloodvessel from Bad Manners. He used to be a friend of somebody who lived on my street. Didn't he pass away in like last year? I'm sure it was last year he passed away. But that dude is funny, mate. He is funny. And he is huge. He is larger than life, mate. I'm telling you now, he is larger than life. How do you join your message group? So it's not a message group. So what you need to do is you need to go to the Fermented World channel and then click View Channel. And then it should say Community Page, something like that. Special brew. Yeah, that's what I used to drink. I love you, yes I do. Yeah, man. And then it should say, you just click on the View Community, and then it should give you the option some bloody where to post. You can post pictures. I'm not sure if there's a limit on pictures that you can post. You can put a write-up on it, so you could literally list all the stuff you're doing recently, let everybody else see. It kind of comes up, you know, when I put a poll up or something like that, or a poll, whatever it's called. It's kind of like that. You can do that. I don't know whether you can do polls, but I know that you can upload pictures and write some text as well. Madness, one step beyond. Now, Madness is a bit before my time. Even Bad Manners were, I believe. Duran Duran again, before my time, dude. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're decent enough music. They paved the way for a lot of the music that we do have today. I mean, obviously, you got old school bands like Black Sabbath paved the way for all the metal music that came after it. You know, there was no real subgenres back then. Now you've got genres for absolutely every type of metal. So doom metal. Have you guys heard of a band called Sleep then? They're on Earache Records as well. They're a bit like stoner metal. They're really good. Literally just called Sleep. I think the album's called Sheep. I don't know. I might be wrong. It's got like some white thing on the cover. And another one, Cult of Luna. They're a really good doom metal band. It can be hard to listen to. You've really got to be in the mood for it, because it is very, very like long drawn out. You know, like that kind of thing. So, I mean, it's good music. At one point, I listened to a lot of Cult of Luna. And there's another one that's a little bit like them, but I don't know whether they're classed as doom metal. They're called My Dying Bride. Now they're really good. A bit more singy than the whole doomy kind of thing, but yeah. Yeah, it's before my time, dude. Yeah, not a clue, mate. You're reeling off groups that I've not got a clue of now. I think I've heard of Gary Newman. I don't think he's that old, is he? Didn't he paint himself silver or something in like one of his music videos or something? I mean, I'm not even halfway through this, and this is kicking my ass. And it's only a Thursday evening. Looking at my battery, it's not looking good. If this does cut out for whatever reason, guys, I do apologize. So I read up on it, and the brewery that this one's inspired by, they said 6 months is no joke. And I'm like, 6 months? Wow. So this has only been bottled a week. It tastes okay. Now, it tastes very alcoholic. Like, if that's even a word, it tastes like it's got a lot of alcohol, which it has. It's got flipping 10% alcohol in. It does remind me of a barley wine that we used to get here. Not sure if we still get it, called Gold Label. And it's, yeah, I think I'm not getting a great deal of the hops because I think the alcohol's kind of masking it. But I'm going to do another one of these in 3 months. I've never waited that long for a beer. Never, ever, ever. But it does say let it mature for 3 to 6 months, which means it'll be around Christmas, New Year area where we open a bottle. We'll see what's crack-a-lacking then. I mean, you don't need a lot of these. I mean, even I'm not even halfway down this yet, and you know, I'm there like it definitely does have some kick to it. And I can drink, you know, I can when I do get on it, it normally has a slow progression, and then I build up, and then all of a sudden I'm having fun, and then it's like douche, douche, douche. But yeah, it's a little bit chewy at the moment. You know, like when you get an imperial stout that's a bit chewy. It's a little bit like that, and I'm not sure that it's all that clear either. I think we've still got a little bit of a haze in there. But the Muddy Water, that's going to be uploaded soon. What's up, RKO? That's going to be uploaded soon. Video for the brew of that, which is going to be a brown lager. And I thought to myself, well, if you can have a black IPA, you can have a brown lager. Some people might disagree, but you know, such is life. Really wish it was easy or legal to share drinks through the mail. Now you see, there's no legality over here to share them, so I can send a bottle of mead to somebody. Pardon me, as long as it's not carbonated. When it's carbonated, they get a bit funny, and if it's a spirit, I think you have to pay some sort of tax on it, even in the UK. or it might just need a certain label on it. But I have sent samples to people. A chap that I play Call of Duty with, I sent him a bottle. Two people that I play Call of Duty with, actually. I have posted some to some people on Instagram. One gardening chap that I like his channel, and another guy who forages. Yeah, they've both sampled some. Sent some to a mountain biking chap. With from some like local woodland. Well, not local, a bit further away than local, but yeah, a car journey away. And also sent some to a chap who's not with us anymore. His name was Ronnie, and his account used to be called Ronnie's Random Walks. I think it's Ronnie Gray Walks or Ronnie's Walks now, but it's obviously the guy's passed away, so it's no longer active. There'll be no more uploads. But it was such a splendid chap to watch him going on all these walks with his family and stuff like that. It was really good. And I only got onto him because he was in Lindisfarne and he'd put hashtag Mead. So his thing popped up in my feed and I was like, oh, how did you go? Did you have fun? Blah, 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 blah. And it was like, yeah, it was brilliant. He came away with a bottle of mead, and it turns out that, he was very ill. And I'd only met him once he was ill, which was a bit tragic in a way. But I got speaking to him. I messaged him. I says, how you doing? I says, I brew mead. Would you like me to send you some? He says, what have you got? And I was like, this guy's like, he's probably in his 60s. And he was like, well, I said, I've got some Parma Violet mead. I actually crushed down a load of Parma Violet sweets and made a mead with it. And he was like, that is one of my childhood favorite sweets. So I was like, dude, that is epic. So I sent him a bottle of it. And even though he was unwell and he shouldn't have drank it, I think he drank it Christmas Day and got a bit sozzled, but had the time of his life doing it. And I think to me, that's just, brilliant. Because he messaged me and he was like, yeah. And even his daughter was like, yeah, he really enjoyed that. Because he's always grown up eating those sweets. Now, I love Parma Violets. I've got some in the cupboard waiting to make another one. But it's just getting the bloody time to do it. I mean, I've just emptied the bucket of the, what was it? The white piment, the white pie. Emptied the bucket from that. So we're going to be getting another fruit one going in the bucket soon. It's probably going to be...
I'm not sure I
understand. Shut up, Siri, you fart factory. Sorry about that. It's probably going to be one that I've got planned and I've had planned for a while. But unfortunately, I've got frozen stuff that I need to use up beforehand. Hello, Mr. Man. What's up, WWE guy? Oh, yeah, mate, I'm from Newcastle upon Tyne. Your beard is exactly what mine goes like when I grow it out. It's hard for gingers. Respect, my guy. You see, I've noticed that mine's actually getting some white tints in it now, so I'm expecting to go grey above because my hair is actually brown. I'm like a cut and shut. That's what my mate called me once, bastard. A cut and shut. Got a ginger beard and brown hair. I'm the guy who had the John Cena profile. Yeah, I know, dude. Mr. Man, why you got us all the seeing eye up behind your bed? So this is Ysidril, which is, it's in many different, say religions or faiths or whatever, but it's the tree of life. It's as above and so below. So the eye, I'm not actually sure why the eye's there, but that is actually what my Fermented World channel sigil, icon, what would you call it? Profile picture, sorry. Yeah, that's what that is. But I just jazzed it up on some flipping crazy thing that just made it all spin out. It's evil in every one of those. Yeah, maybe so. But it looks bloody cool, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it does. Hug a tree. Sort of grows on you, this, but again, really strong. I mean, you can't have a barley wine without it being over 10%, I don't believe. I think that's what makes the classification. But, you know, thinking about it, I probably should have put it in smaller bottles. Because, excuse the language, but that shit kicks face. Like I can feel it stripping the enamel off whatever teeth are left. But yeah, that's so good. Javid, kiss the tree. Okay, mate. I've kissed worse. So I do need to buy some more ingredients soon. I'm definitely going to do a Baltic Porter. I did mention that in the video that I haven't uploaded yet. Because what I've done is I've done the first run of the video. And then what I then do is once I've done all the editing small parts and things like that, I then run through it again to make sure that I've cut out all the swearing. Because you know how everything looks all cushy on a brew day? You should see the shit that goes wrong. I'm effing this, I'm bastard that. I'd go a bit mad on it, to be honest. When things don't go right, I get really annoyed. I buy Corona lager by the case just so I can have smaller bottles. Yeah, to be honest, I like Desperados, which is like a beer that's like made with, is it Algarve? You know, like the thing that tequila's made out of. It's got that flavoring it. Really nice. Maybe so. While sipping on a Guinness was his peak ginger. Maybe so. While sipping on a Guinness was his peak ginger. I don't get what that means, man. Maybe I'm reading it wrong. I don't know. Oh, no, this isn't Guinness, dude. Was you saying that I was sipping on a Guinness? No. This is a barley wine, mate. 10% this. Brewed myself. The recipe is going to be shared soon. I'm just going through the second part of the editing phase where I get rid of all the little kinks and stuff like that. Because sometimes I get ahead of myself and I say things that are incorrect. So then I have to like kind of try and cut it out as best as possible, which is why if you see me doing this 1 minute and then the next minute I'm over here doing this, that's what's happened. It's because I've edited it out. Looks shite. I'm sorry. Oh, I wish you could try it, dude. I mean, I've drank half of this now, and I'm pretty much about ready to go to flipping bed. It doesn't look all that great, to be honest. It looks rather cloudy. It was only bottled a week ago, so it's just a carbonation test today. We're just checking that it does actually have carbonation. Otherwise, I'd leave it in a warmer place longer. We are under 21C today with rain. Usually we can't get rain until the end of October. We've got a bit of a storm coming through the UK, I think. They've named it Storm Amy. Now I'm out with the other channel tomorrow, and I'm going to pack the top because it's going to be a bit cack. I'm not bothered about getting wet, you know, not at all. I'll still be wearing shorts, but I'll have a waterproof on. Yeah, we can have rain any day. Even in the height of summer, we can get rain. You know, we've had snow in March before. It's very, very weird here, the way it works, but it just works, which is why the Vikings wanted to invade, because the lands were fertile. I don't know, Ray. I'd just kind of tar everything with the same brush. I just store it cool, store everything cool, even the mead, even that gets stored in the same place. Depending on the time of year, the temperature fluctuates. You know, sometimes it can get up to like 28 degrees in there, height of summer. But then, you know, sometimes you go in and you can see your breath because there's no heating in there. Not quite sure. I never looked into where beer should be stored, certain styles or it like that. I just kind of always store it there. I mean, they've all got like cupboards and like one's got like a curtain kind of thing. I say a curtain, it's not a curtain. It's not that fancy. It's a flipping towel, just covering over like an old unit that the kids didn't want anymore. We typically don't get significant rains from April to November. We could have anything at any time. All it takes is the wind to change, and our little climate here goes from really, really warm to, you know, you're putting a jumper on to take the dog out. Because we're quite close to, like, if you think about it, up and left from us, as we see the map, you got Norway up there, which is, you know, they get some bitter cold, absolute bitter cold. Now, that's one country that I would love to go to. I would absolutely love to go to Norway. Nowhere else really. Australia. I'd love to go to Australia as well. But I don't think I could deal with the heat in Australia. 20 degrees here and I'm dying. I'm struggling. The ginger in me is shriveling up. Yeah, lagers brew cooler and you're supposed to store them cooler as well. So yeah, that they go through the phase of lagering, don't they? Because lager isn't a style of beer; it's kind of a group of beers, isn't it? Lager. So yeah, the one that I'm doing at the moment is fermenting at 12. I'm going to drop that down to 10, and then I'm going to put it up to, I think it was about 13, 14, something like that. I can't really remember now. It might be a bit more. I don't remember what I'd planned to do because I was just going off like this here actually. So this is one of the things that you can get from Brew Day Supplies. I'll try not to show you too much because I don't want to share the recipe for something that isn't mine, if you know what I mean. So I'll give you an example. So the fermentation schedule is that. So this one starts off at 9, then you decrease it to 7, and then you put it up to 15. Is that backwards to you guys? It looks backwards. I do apologize. There's not a lot I can do about that. But yeah, I explained it anyway. But yeah, this is from Brew Day Supplies, and the brewery that they did a collaboration with is called Redhead Brewery. And this is a Hell's Lager. It has got Weyermann floor malted Bohemian Pilsner malt, Munich malt, Vienna malt, and Melanodin. No idea what that is. Helliture Magnum and Bavarian lager yeast. I mean, they give you all the instructions as to what you need and stuff like that as well. Tell you what temperatures to do everything at, etc., etc. And you kind of learn as you go along as well. And at the end, it says time to lager. Now, this is where I messed up twice with a lager. Because of the way that I do it, I don't force carbonate. I carbonate using... Sorry, what have I missed? Oh, I couldn't deal with the snakes, spiders, and other nasty things in Australia. Yeah, okay, they are like everything in the country wants to kill you, but but they only want to kill you if you flipping bother them. Now that's what an Aussie said anyway. Whether that's true, I don't know. The yeast is a different species as well. Yes. Strain, I think it's called a strain of yeast, isn't it? But I get what you mean. Yes. Yeah, it deals with lower temperatures. I mean, you can brew them at higher temperatures, but I think you'd get really, really bad flavors from it, which is why a lot of European countries in the colder winters they brew big batches of the lagers because they're heavy on lager over there. They love it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't mind a lager, but I genuinely lagers in the UK, they're just shite. They are. I'm sorry, they're shite. You know, we get all these imports and stuff like that. I can brew something better in my kitchen with a big flipping pan. You know? Yeah. Yeah, strain, yeah. Yeah, I thought that's what it was, yeah. But yeah. I mean, do you guys have like shops near you too that have where they sell the kits where you can buy all the grain in one kit and then it gives you the instructions on how to brew it as well? Yeah, you have that cause light crap, man. I wouldn't even entertain that, mate. That's water to me. I'd, I'd give that to my dog to hydrate him. He's chilling out. He's proper like upside down. Just chilling out, minding his own business, snoring his head off. Yeah, I mean, you do some really good IPAs in the States, though. Linguistics, is it? Is it Linguistics? Linguinitis or something like that. I can't remember the name of the brewery, or that might even be the name of the beer, but that's really good. I like Sierra Nevada. They do a good pale ale. We get that over here. And even Brooklyn Brewery, Brooklyn Brewery. They've brought some other beers to the table recently in the UK. Let me go grab some. Now, first things first, let's double check that these are imported and not brewed in the UK before we start yakking on about them. It's not showing me. Oh, wait. Brewed and canned in Sweden by Brooklyn Stockholm. Imported by Carlsberg. Okay. So it is imported, but it's not brewed in the States. Okie dokie. So this one is a really nice beer. Now, I don't normally show branded beers and things like that, and I might even get into trouble for doing it. I don't know. I don't really give a shit. This is a Sriracha Ace, which is a type of hops, Saison Ale. I've had this one before by them. It's 7.2%. Now, this is a really good Saison beer. Now, I've only ever known Brooklyn Brewery for a couple of beers. You know, they're okay. They seemed a bit generic, like they've been mass produced. That, on the other hand, doesn't feel or taste like it's been mass produced. Now, this is a doozy. This is a really, really good beer. And I hope you guys get these beers where you are, because if you don't get them, it would be an absolute downer. Now, this one's called Butterfly Photo Bomb. Can you see it? 8.4% double IPA, and it is fantastic. 8.4%. But I won't be drinking them tonight. They're for the weekend. But yeah, really, really good. Youngsling is a great beer. East coast of the USA. But I can't get it on the West Coast. Now, West Coast IPA is my second favourite type of beer. The only one that ever tops it is a New England IPA. Because the haziness, the juiciness, the fruitiness from the hops, it just blows my mind every single time. New England IPAs, absolutely fantastic. Yeah. You can kind of see the colour a bit better. Or at least I can, because the light's shining through. Can you see it through there? No. No, you can't. Let's see if we can put a torch through it. Yeah, it's definitely not see-through, that, is it? I can't see any floaty bits in it, but it's just got that heavy, heavy haze. Now let me try and remind myself what I put in this. Oh, I don't even know where it is. It's not that one. Oh, it's that one. There we go. Second one I look at. It had Marisota, wheat malt, and chocolate malt. Did it have chocolate malt? I don't think it did. Oh, did it? I thought it had the roasted barley. That's what I thought went into it. It's got 25 grams of Chinook at 90 minutes. Then, actually, no, I don't think I did that. I think I just did an hour's boil because I couldn't be asked to wait. So 25 grams of Chinook. Then at 45-minute mark, 25 grams of Centennial. Then 5 minutes towards the end, 18.5 grams of Centennial. It was meant to be 15, but I ramped it up because I only had a little bit left in the pack, so I thought I'll just get it bloody used. Then it finished with 15 grams of Columbus at flame out. Pardon me. Then it had a 25 gram Chinook dry hop. I didn't actually write down what day that was on, but I want to say it was on day 4 or 5. I mean, it's heavily hopped, so I'm hoping that when it matures out a little bit better, it does have a much more hoppy profile. Hello. You all right? That colour is pretty close to the mead I'm drinking from the dates and figs. Yeah, it is really dark. Now, I don't think it was chocolate malt that was put into it, to be honest. I think it's roasted barley. I think I've got that wrong. But I'll have to look in the cupboard to see whether I've got a bag of roasted malt somewhere. Sorry, chocolate malt. Because if I've got like 30 grams of chocolate malt kicking about, then it definitely was, because I can only buy it in 100 grams as a minimum. And my poor flipping mate at the homebrew shop, he's going to be shutting shop eventually, which is tragic because, they made it easy for me to progress from doing liquid malt extracts to all grain. And I've not looked back. I'm producing beers that I'd buy in a pub, you know, but I'm doing it in my kitchen and it's costing pennies. Yeah, it's fantastic. Crikey me, it's 12 o'clock. Right then. Well, normally I would finish this, but it's going to take me a little bit longer to drink this than normal because of its intensity. Is it nice? Yes, it is. Is it overpowering? Yes, most definitely. I don't even know what flavors I'm getting. That's how intense it is. It may be overly hopped because there is a very, very back of the jaw bitterness that follows. Can't really pick out any maltiness, if I'm honest, which I seem to be finding a lot these days. Like maybe I'm just not picking it up, or maybe it's just something that, you know, is just part of the way that I brew, because I don't use the most sophisticated methods. So keeping temperatures 100% all the time is very difficult, you know. Yeah, aging will mellow it, yeah. Yangling Black and Tan is awesome. Oh, Black and Tan. Now, somebody mentioned that to me ages ago. Now, that's something to do with some civil war or something, isn't it? Between, I think it's something to do with in the UK somewhere. Or was it Irish? It could have been Irish. Irish? Oh, my phone says it's got 20 sec 20. Yeah, that's it. Ireland. Yeah, 20% battery left. Yeah, the black and tan kind of thing. Yeah, where you mix. Is it a brown ale with a light ale, or a dark ale with a light ale? Like 50-50. Or no, is it 70-30? I'm not sure. I don't know, but somebody that I know does know about that. He used to work in a pub. He's done many jobs actually. He's worked in a pub. He's been a chef, and he's now a fireman. He's done many jobs as that lad. But anywho, I am going to love y'all and leave you. Thank you very much for everyone who's joined and joined in. You've all been getting your Crown XP for talking, whatever that gains you. I don't bloody know. But I say cheers to you, and I say good night. Y'all take it easy, and I'll see you soon. I'll have that video up by, I'd say tomorrow at the latest. Tomorrow evening at the latest for the muddy water. Half a glass of tan. Then use a spoon to layer the black beer on top. Oh, okay. And it's, yeah, because one's heavier than the other, isn't it? So one sits on top of the other. Yeah, yeah. Sweet as. Right then, gents and ladies, I shall catch you all later. Peace out.